Otto von Bismarck knew something about the nature of government, and he said there's two things you don't want to see being made: laws and sausages. Well, as patriots, we want to know what goes into our laws, and we want to know what goes into our food. Now, we've had over and over again examples of large corporations using the government to punish their competition, to go after small businesses. Think about what the milk industry is doing to raw milk producers. And we've seen them use the government to protect them and even to lie. Look at the food labels and how they are blatantly lying on the food labels and not telling people about the presence of genetically modified food and what you're buying. But we've never seen anything more blatant and more dangerous than the Monsanto Protection Act. Anthony Gucciardi writes, "Are you surprised? Monsanto openly wrote their own Monsanto Protection Act." He said, "It should come as no surprise to many of you to find out that Monsanto actually authored the wording of its own Monsanto Protection Act, hidden in the recently passed and signed continuing resolution spending bill." He says, "Monsanto is now immune from federal courts regarding any suspension or action on their crops that have been deemed to be dangerous to the people or in the environment." And here's what that means. He says, theoretically, 1 million studies could find that Monsanto's latest creation was causing a massive cancer wave. And under this law, Monsanto could continue to peddle the crop to the public. Now, in spite of the fact that an activist organization called Food Democracy Now! At the last minute was able to get 250,000 signatures on a petition to Obama to try to stop this, Obama signed it anyway. And in this article and another article from Mike Adams, we look at exactly how this happened. In this article, he focuses on Senator Blunt, who is from Missouri. He's a Republican from Missouri, and he's the one who actually wrote the bill most blatantly. But we also have, this is a bipartisan criminal action. Not only did it involve Obama, but it also involved Barbara McCluskey, a Democrat senator. As Mike Adams points out, and Obama betrays America yet again by signing the Monsanto Protection Act into law. He says that in this hidden backroom deal, Senator McCluskey turned her back on the consumer, environmental, and farmer protection in favor of corporate welfare for biotech companies such as Monsanto. That's a quote in the article from Andrew Kimbrell, Executive Director of the Center for Food Safety. Now, this new law, as he says, automatically it forces the USDA, U.S. Department of Agriculture, to automatically approve all GMO planting permits sought by Monsanto and other biotech firms, effectively granting Monsanto dominion over the U.S. government. This is, by its very definition, fascism. Well, the very fact that they could get this put through shows that they really effectively already have dominion. They're just coming out in the open and making it a public law that they have dominion over the U.S. He also talks about Senator Blunt's involvement. Senator Blunt, the Republican from Missouri, he said he actually worked with Monsanto on a provision that, in effect, allows them to keep selling seeds, which can then go on to be planted even if it is found to be harmful to consumers. And he says that is stunning. Now, the gist of this article from Mike Adams is that Obama is betraying, that Obama has deceived. He points out that when Obama ran for office in 2008, he promised to end secret prisons, to decriminalize marijuana, to balance the budget, to honor the Second Amendment even, and to make health care affordable. Everything he has done has been against all of that. And he points out that Alex was severely criticized in 2009 when he said these are fraudulent promises, and it's pretty obvious that they're fraudulent promises. And the name of the documentary was The Obama Deception. And now we see 4 years later just how spot on Alex's documentary was.
Visit Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com. When you're on the site, you can also tune in 24 hours a day to my daily radio broadcast. There's also a free iPhone app to listen to the syndicated radio show when and where you want.